Right now, this morning, classes resumed this morning in Sparta after a bullet was found at a school yesterday. What we know ahead. And another turbulent day for your investments as tariff fears rock Wall Street. Is a recession looming? We asked a financial expert what all this means for your money.
And not to be a downer, we do have still cooler air in the forecast with rain and snow in the forecast as well. We'll talk about that in just a moment.
This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Art Jarrett.
It is Tuesday, April 8th, and be careful out there today. It's a deceiving day, right? It's going to look like it's nice with the sun, but it's going to be chilly.
It's going to be chilly. Kind of like yesterday, but not as breezy. The thing is, you go outside and you're like, oh my goodness. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit on the cooler side, but slightly a little bit warmer. We're going to have mostly some 40s and some 50s in the forecast, maybe possibly down to the south. What we're looking at today, though, we'll get into the cooler conditions, partly cloudy skies, a lot of sunshine, and then get into mostly cloudy skies to finish out. Wednesday rolls around. We've got some rain coming in. Thursday also comes in. We've got more rain, possibly some snow in the forecast as well. And then we taper it on down and finish out. Right now, a little bit of snow still kind of moving up along areas right by north of Rhinelander. We're keeping an eye on that, and that's where the wind is flowing as well. So that's what's kind of being pulled out of Canada and working its way in. That's why we're a little bit on the cooler side, but most of that colder air not directly over us right now, pretty much off to our east just a little bit. We've got temperatures in the teens still out there. Why? And we have some 20s in there as well. We'll pick up some drier conditions out there so don't forget to hydrate yourself today. Maybe put a little bit of moisture on your skin too to help you out, sending out the kids to school today. We're also looking at more sunshine, 20s, 30s, and 40s in your forecast today. We'll do the same for Eau Claire as well. However, starting out in the teens, 20s, 30s, and the 40s in your forecast today. When I come back, I'll give you a better overview of how this all shapes up for your day. Be safe out there and have a wonderful day.
All right, Art, thank you. World leaders, meanwhile, scrambling to negotiate with President Trump ahead of tomorrow's deadline on those sweeping international tariffs. The taxes announced last week have sent U.S. and world stocks tumbling. Naomi Ruckham has the latest on the so-called retaliatory tariffs set to take effect on about 90 countries.
The global trade war is intensifying, with nations desperate for a resolution before Wednesday, when widespread tariffs are set to take effect for dozens of countries.
We've been ripped off and taken advantage of by many countries over the years.
President Donald Trump announced Monday that the U.S. will apply an additional 50% tariff on imports from China if that country moves forward with its plan to impose a retaliatory 34% fee on American products. Several world leaders are ready to come to the table with offers, including Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who visited the White House Monday. Israel faces a 17% tax.
We will eliminate the trade deficit with the United States. We intend to do it very quickly. We think it's the right thing to do.
Vietnam and Zimbabwe have offered to eliminate their tariffs on the U.S. entirely. And the European Union will end tariffs on U.S. cars and industrial goods if the U.S. returns the favor. Still, global markets posted their third day of losses Monday amid looming fears of a recession. The owners of this toy store in New Jersey had to dip into their savings to get ahead of the possible downturn.
It feels right now that small businesses are being abandoned. That's tragic.
Powerful investors and average Americans alike on edge ahead of Wednesday's tariff deadline.
If the president's newly proposed tariffs on China go into effect, Chinese imports would face a combined 104% tax. That includes the 20% tariffs aimed at getting China to crack down on the trafficking of fentanyl. These taxes would impact everything from toys and cosmetics to iPhones and clothing. And another day of tariff turmoil on Wall Street. The Dow closing yesterday down 349 points. The S&P 500 shed 0.2. The Nasdaq inched higher by 0.1%. Stocks mounted a short-lived rally at one point, taking the Dow briefly into positive territory. So is a recession on the horizon? We asked a finance expert.
Investors, and definitely the institutional investors, they're waiting to see what's going to happen with the tariffs. I feel if these tariffs go through, it's going to lead to potentially a global recession and the U.S. economy really suffering.
And Congressman Derek Van Orden is also weighing in, saying, quote, the U.S. will no longer be the world's whipping boy, and our farmers, tradesmen, and manufacturers will finally be treated fairly. I have the utmost confidence in President Trump's long-term strategy to put American workers first, end quote. La Crosse area farmers, though, say these federal cuts to food programs are ripping out the seeds of hope. Last month, the USDA, directed by the Trump administration, cut more than $400 million from the local food purchase assistance program, which helps food banks buy from local farmers. Wafer's executive director says these cuts aren't just numbers on a spreadsheet. They're hurting the ability to help Wisconsin families.
Our government commodities delivery this month will be about 50% of what it typically is. And our egg and milk deliveries after May have been canceled. The ability to maintain current offerings is seemingly increasingly unlikely.
Something that will have far-reaching impacts, and PAF says that 300 Wisconsin farms provided more than $4 million of food to more than 250 pantries and schools through that program last year. And Trump administration cuts could threaten heating and cooling help for people in La Crosse. Staff at the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, they're gone now. They were part of the federal layoffs. The program could affect more than 9,000 households here who rely on financial help to heat or cool their homes. April 15th is the end of any delay on shutting off electricity for anyone who may be behind on their energy bills. The Supreme Court siding with Trump on the Alien Enemies Act, allowing deportations to continue. The court overturned a district judge's block on the policy. President Trump calling that decision a great day for justice on social media. The ruling does require detainees can challenge the law, but they must do so in their detention district.
They actually, as a practical matter, can get to the courts and not be whisked away in the middle of the night like was originally done in this case.
Another ruling from the Supreme Court yesterday involves that Maryland man erroneously deported to El Salvador. The justices say the U.S. does not have to bring him back, for now at least. A University of Minnesota student is arguing in a lawsuit his immigration detention is unconstitutional. A judge is set to hear that case later today. Lou Ragius has the details.
This memo sent to ICE from the U.S. State Department, labeled sensitive but unclassified, states that U of M international student Doukan Gunaiden poses a threat to U.S. public safety due to a drunk driving conviction in 2024. The memo, dated March 23rd, 4 days before Gunaiden's arrest by immigration officers, was filed by attorneys for the government in response to Gunaiden's lawsuit claiming his arrest and detention by ICE is unconstitutional. The memo shows that Gunaiden's student visa was revoked because of the DWI and that government officials would not notify him before his arrest due to ongoing ICE operational security. The arrest and detention of Gunaiden, a citizen of Turkey, sparked protests at the U of M. When his attorney filed a lawsuit days later, she claimed Gunaiden was not told the reason for his arrest, leading him to believe he was being kidnapped by the plainclothes officers. New documents filed in the case by the government say the officers did identify themselves and tell Gunaiden his arrest and visa rejection were due to the DWI. In her latest response, Gunaiden's attorney still argues the termination of his student status was unlawful, writing misdemeanor nonviolent offenses such as Mr. Gunaiden's criminal conviction do not meet this threshold for termination based on criminal history.
And one of the three suspects in a North Side shooting heads to court today. 19-year-old Jason Moran and two juveniles face attempted first-degree intentional homicide charges. Police found the victim with a gunshot wound during a March 9th fight in North La Crosse. Moran's hearing begins at 4 p.m. The man accused in the shooter's Showgirls arson faces a preliminary hearing today. 25-year-old Colton Jansen faces 3 arson charges for allegedly setting fire to the Elkmount Club after trying to break into its ATM. Police say Jansen admitted setting the fire because he was not a fan of those clubs. His hearing starts at 3:30. A reckless homicide charge linked to a 2023 overdose death has been dismissed. 44-year-old Eric Sims is accused of delivering fentanyl that killed a woman in 2023. The court cited lack of evidence to link Sims to the death. Sims still faces multiple misdemeanor charges in a separate case filed in March. And classes are set to resume at Sparta High School today after yesterday's bullet scare. Administrators called police when a single bullet was found in a classroom. Students and staff were held in place during during the search. No other threats or weapons were found. Police are still investigating. And 2 people are dead after a car and motorcycle collided in Monroe County Sunday. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office says a 41-year-old Stoddard man lost control of his motorcycle on State Highway 33. He and his passenger were ejected. The motorcycle and passenger then collided with an eastbound vehicle. Both the operator and passenger of the motorcycle were pronounced dead at the scene. And your daily commute on La Crosse Street could be getting a major makeover. WisDOT is now reviewing community feedback after last night's public meeting. The aging roadway between 7th and 11th Streets is slated for complete replacement. Designers are still crafting the plans, but promise not just smoother drives, but safer crossings for pedestrians too.
A lot of residents along the route, along with commuters. There's universities along the road as well, so a lot of traffic, a lot of college students. That's what we're kind of here seeking input from to see where the community's interests are.
The project design will be finished in 2027 with construction starting in 2028. A battle over prime land in West Salem is brewing after Country Boom Festival pitched a major move last night. The music festival wants to buy 85 acres near Lake Neshonoc in West Salem, but they're not alone. The Ho-Chunk Nation is eyeing that same property for new housing, and the West Salem School District also wants the land for its future projects. Festival organizers claim the move would pump $13 million into West Salem's economy. The county board will now revisit the 3-way competition at tomorrow's executive meeting. And Wisconsin's film industry could see major growth under a new proposal. Local filmmakers are rallying the Common Council to support legislation that would bring productions here. News 8 Now's Grace Monk with the story.
The bipartisan legislation would create a state film office under the Department of Tourism. It would also offer productions a 25% state tax credit for filming in Wisconsin.
So it's encouraged people to come here and spend money in Wisconsin and invest.
Wisconsin has been the set for blockbuster films like Bridesmaids and Transformers: Dark of the Moon. La Crosse Film Academy director Teddy Eck says film productions could boost the local economy.
That tax incentives is all on the money that will be spent in Wisconsin. And so it's all about the incentives for the local businesses and hiring the local crews, etc. So it's not money that's just going to Hollywood to pay them to come here.
Eck and other filmmakers want the council to pass a resolution adding the city to a list of statewide supporters. Councilmember Rebecca Schwartz says counties in Minnesota have seen the benefits of state tax credits.
In 2022, the film industry spent almost $3.2 million in St. Louis County. It employed like 75 people and paid, for labor.
She hopes the resolution will do the same for La Crosse.
We will be seen as one of the locations that's friendly to this new and developing industry in Wisconsin.
The Common Council will vote on the resolution later this week. In La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now this morning.
The legislation was originally introduced in 2024 but expired after stalling for several months. The time now is 6:12. Still ahead on your morning news, Spirit Airlines CEO is stepping down. Apple reconsiders where they manufacture iPhones, and new changes to the Mega Millions start today. And the end of tax season is quickly approaching. What you need to know before the last-minute tax scramble.
Big finish. Oh, that is great, Einstein. And I think for your hatch day, you deserve a giant peanut. Yeah.
That's a parrot at the Knoxville Zoo singing happy birthday to herself for her 38th hatch day. Parrots celebrate hatch days, not birthdays, in case you didn't know. Her zookeepers say that's not her only trick. It can also make sounds similar to a red wolf and a chimpanzee. Talented parrot. As you start to wake up this morning, look, leaving you with a quick wake-up call with the city that is home to the world's largest box of chocolates. That is Kansas City, Missouri, glowing on this Tuesday morning. Stay with us. Your morning consumer news is after the break.
Get ready for the Spring Gift and Craft Show at the Onalaska Omni Center. Shop more than 100 of the best gift and craft vendors in the area. Entry is free, but we are accepting non-perishable food donations. Don't miss the Spring Gift and Craft Show.
The camper. It has been a reliable companion for your family's good times. But after years of use, it is showing some wear and tear. A broken window from an errant baseball, a couch that your dog allegedly chewed on, and an AC unit that doesn't work like it should. It's time to call Jim's Truck and Trailer Coach Works. We have been improving your family's camper since 1970. Call us today and we will make your camper feel brand new. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coach Works. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
Hip, knee, or back pain? See if Arch Supports can help you at the Good Feet store.
The Meats family has finally gained a member. Meet Applewood Smoked Ham. Smoked is their middle name. 2 for $7 ham and Swiss melts. Arby's, we have the meats.
It's the great Midwest. What's fair?
Dreaming of a career but worried about time and cost? At CVTC, we make it easy. With low tuition costs and a wide variety of programs to choose from, we'll get you job ready in just 1 to 2 years. You'll graduate with minimal debt and find a career you love with competitive starting salaries. Dive into your future today with affordable, fast, and rewarding programs at CVTC. Visit cvtc.edu to learn more.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you see discoloration or damaged wood here, that can mean rotted materials here. Cheap repairs or inserts can cause bigger problems fast. You need a trusted window company to replace the window and fix the surrounding materials correctly. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-step installation process on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Call now for 5 years interest-free financing. Choose Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions or something less.
Get up to 15% off sale prices throughout the store during the spring sale at Home Furniture.
Dahl Honda is proud to sponsor News 8 Now's Top Notch Teacher Program. It's always a highlight of our month to recognize the top-notch teacher and thank them for all they do for our students in school. Dahl Honda values the great work all teachers do for our children and community. If you know a teacher who deserves top-notch teacher recognition, please nominate them. Thank you, teachers, for going above and beyond and providing a top-notch education.
Get ready for the Spring Gift and Craft Show at the Onalaska Omni Center. Shop more than 100 of the best gift and craft vendors in the area. Entry is free, but we are accepting non-perishable food donations. Don't miss the Spring Gift and Craft Show.
All right, getting right into your forecast, we're holding on to, well, a little bit cooler conditions as you get into it here. Still holding on to those teens that I mentioned before, and you're also going to be seeing temperatures kind of dropping for some locations, getting in Winona 21 degrees, 22 over in Eau Claire. I don't think this is really happening for Sparta right now. They're not that cold. Getting into actually Wisconsin Rapids about 14 and 16 down by Boscobel. We'll get into your current dew points. It is dry out there, so if you're sending the kids out today, you might want to give them a little extra lotion on the skin today to keep them a little bit on the less drier side of things today. Holding on to sunny skies for the better part of your day. Getting into more sunshine with partly cloudy to mostly, from partly cloudy to at least mostly cloudy skies as we go into the overnight tonight. Eau Claire, you're looking at the possibility of sunshine to lead off, getting into partly cloudy skies. That lingers all the way to the 1 o'clock hour, and of course by the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock hour, you're going to pretty much stay that way until we get into mostly cloudy skies and the wind shift on us. And of course we'll see rainfall coming back as we go into Wednesday morning. For today, looking at those temperatures mostly in the 40s and some maybe around 50 degrees. It kind of fluctuates again, kind of getting in and out. We'll see the possibility as we go into at least the 8 o'clock hour all the way into the noon hour. Rainfall starts to move into the picture. As that continues to grow, we're holding on to at least by 4 o'clock. Rain returns back into the forecast right by La Crosse, getting out of the way from Eau Claire and then extending all the way down to Richland and Prairie du Chien. You'll see more of that rain and snow coming possibly back again as we go through Eau Claire, kind of sweeping across the region as we go right into the 8 o'clock hour on Thursday. That's a look at your local forecast. I'll come back more with a little look at how this rainfall pops into our forecast as well as the rain that's going to be accumulating. So stick around.
In your consumer news, roughly a week left to file your taxes. If you haven't started yet, experts say now's a good time to begin so you don't face penalties for not filing on time. Jen Sullivan has some last-minute tips to filing your taxes.
Time is running out to file your 2024 taxes on time. You have until 11:59 p.m. in your time zone on April 15th to send your federal taxes to the IRS. But experts say the sooner you start, the better, because it can take a lot of time to complete.
I've seen
Some people take up to 30 hours just because the understanding of the tax law is confusing.
Travis Belton is a tax accountant. He says you can file for an extension, but warns there may be fees.
There is a penalty for underpayments if you have an over an amount of $1,000 or more. It's called an underpayment penalty.
If you owe more taxes than you can afford, you can apply for a payment plan through the IRS's website. But the IRS recommends you pay as much as possible before doing that.
Installment agreements are usually supposed to be up to 18 months and can be spread out over time.
According to the IRS, the penalty to file late is 5% per month on the unpaid balance. But if you work with the IRS and pay at least some of what is owed, you can minimize the late payment penalties. Be warned, the interest rate is 7% per year.
It's encouraged to pay as soon as you can in order to avoid additional penalties and interest or consequences.
Filing your taxes will take longer for anyone who's had a life-changing event in 2024, like getting married or having a child.
And the CEO of Spirit Airlines is stepping down. Ted Christie's resignation comes after the budget airline filed for bankruptcy last year. The airline's board of directors now in the process of finding a replacement. Your next iPhone may be coming from India instead of China, thanks to President Trump's tariffs. Sources say Apple plans to shift more production from China to India. Chinese imports face a 54% tariff rate compared to India's 26%. iPhones generate half of Apple's revenue. Even with this change, Indian production would only meet half of U.S. demand this year. And today's the first Mega Millions drawings after some changes to the game. The cost of a ticket now $5, up from $2, and the starting jackpot is now $50 million, which is more than double the old one. Officials say these game changes are good for the player because they will increase your overall odds of winning. That was a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got a look at our weather.
Well, we're going to be warming soon, so winning is going to be here for everybody eventually as we get in the next few days. But before that, we've got the potential for a day. It's just a little on the chilly side. So it's also a day where you need to get things done because we have a little bit of light rainfall coming into the forecast for tomorrow as well as into Thursday. Maybe a little snow associated with that as well. We have a little snow up there to the north, continuing to stream right back towards Lake Michigan as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. But we go through today, noon hours, we're looking at temperatures still in the 30s huddled around. We'll go back into about 3:30 going into 4 o'clock hour. You're still holding on to temperatures upper 30s to at least the low to middle 40s in your forecast, possibly. We'll take it right back into the highs for today, or tomorrow, excuse me, where you're going to be seeing temperatures in the upper 40s. You're going to see some 50s mixed in there as well as somewhere in between 55 degrees or so or less. You're going to get to La Crosse, about 55 degrees for us. But we get into this, though. Tuesday, we've got partly cloudy skies giving way to mostly cloudy conditions in the forecast. Rain and snow continues to move a little bit closer to us. As you can see it getting closer there. There's a mix of rain and snow kind of working along I-94, and then it tracks out of the way back to Lake Michigan. We come back again by the 2 a.m. hour going into Thursday. You're looking at this rainfall coming into the forecast here, slowly but surely gliding right through us. So you look at it again, it's the area of low pressures moving in, so it's a little circulation, and it's almost like it's folding right on top of us with that rainfall coming back down. You can see it now kind of leaves us with a little bit drier conditions, but more of that rainfall comes back again from the north working to the south again, putting a forecast into a little bit of light sprinkles going into Friday, where you have about a 10% chance for Friday as well. I wouldn't change your plans on Friday like I mentioned before. The snow, well, up to about 2 inches, but it's out of the region there by Beaver Dam. Everybody else, a lot less, maybe a trace or less. We're holding on to rainfall, though, different story altogether. Maybe a trace of rainfall to about maybe a half an inch of rain in the forecast. This is still kind of fluctuating and changing. High pressure begins to build as we get into at least for Friday. You see that continue in. As it does, we'll have the potential for high pressure to build and bring us temperatures from not only from near seasonal to at least the mild, getting into warmer conditions as we roll from Saturday going into Sunday. That heat still lingers with us, kind of fluctuating, taking us up to temperatures in the middle 60s to around 70 degrees and continuing on as we go into next week. We'll also be finding ourselves getting into this, though. As you can see, temperatures chilly, rain showers coming in for Wednesday, 40% chance tearing into a 40% chance at night going into Thursday. You'll see a 30% chance on Thursday with rain and snow, milder conditions and dry going into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with temperatures from 59 all the way up to 70 degrees and a little bit cooler as we go into next week.
All right, Art, thank you. Well, coming up, shed those winter pounds before beach season. Some simple fitness tips after your morning sports.
Coming up next in the Blitz, a couple MVC girls soccer teams looking to pick up non-conference wins, plus highlights from the national championship game coming your way shortly.
The Driftless region is a thriving community where tradition and innovation shine, and Culligan has a long history of providing custom solutions to address the area's water worries, like iron, sulfur, PFAS, and manganese. Culligan, water you love since 1936.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we believe in making the most of what you love, making sure your money is as well spent as your time. So as you start your spring projects, we have the value you need to make them your own. Right now, Rewards members get a free $10 gift card with an $80 Estate fertilizer purchase, $20 off large bags of Estate Sun to Shade grass seed, plus get $150 instant savings on select Cub Cadet riding mowers. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
News 8 Now wants to help you create memories with your family by watching movies on the big screen. Friday Flicks with Vicki Nichols of Sparta Cinema will tell you all about upcoming must-see blockbusters, plus exclusive deals at the theater. Watch this Friday at 5 a.m. on News 8 This Morning, presented by Sparta Cinema.
Where there's a flooded basement, there's a solution. Where there are wet spots or musty smells, there's an answer. Where wood damage or dry rot is stealing home value, there's an expert. American Waterworks. For wet basements, wood damage, and effects of dry rot, American Waterworks professional crack repair, waterproofing, sump pumps, and vapor barriers provide long-lasting solutions to tough problems. Wherever moisture problems surface, there's an answer. American Waterworks. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
I would never forget the picture that I have. I'm the only one that's not smiling. Even though I'm with my close friends, I felt alone. I didn't feel pretty. I didn't feel confident. When I got Invisalign, I built my confidence. It was the best investment that I could do.
For over 40 years, Lacrosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, a chilly day yesterday means not a lot of baseball or softball action, but the soccer girls braving the cold as Holman was making their season debut. Vikings taking on the Marshfield Tigers last night. First half action, Holman in some trouble after a penalty kick. The Tigers strike and take a 1-0 lead. It would stay that way into halftime. In the second half, Holman is going to get on the board. Reagan Moran with the corner kick, bounces out to Moran as she crosses it, and this time Peyton Schneider gives it a go, sends in a rocket right to the net through the goalie's legs, and the Vikings tie things up at 1. 76th minute now, Ava Rivera crossing it into Sage Ratajski. She heads to the net. The goalie can't handle it, but Lydia Sater is there, punches it in for the game winner. Holman takes it 2-1 is your final. Next up, Logan welcoming Menominee. Midway through the first half, Mustangs' Caitlin Bosny opens up the scoring, driving one to the bottom left corner to put the visitors up by 1. Rangers looking for a response off the corner kick. It's Alicia Hayes with the header into a perfect spot to knot things up at a goal apiece. But that would be the score at half. And in the second half, Menominee's Lauren Alexander is going to give it a go, throw a leg at it, and it finds the back of the net to take the lead. Mustangs take this one by 3 goals, 4-1, the final. And let's check in on the national championship from last night. Gators, Cougars. What a game it was. First half, Gators getting some help from Will Richard, making it rain from the corner to tie things up at 21. Shortly after halftime, Houston starting to distance themselves. LJ Cryer is good from distance. They were up by as many as 12, but Florida would start to creep back into it. Thomas Hogue gets the block, gets it back, and finishes with the finger roll plus the foul. Fast forward now to under 10 seconds remaining. Cryer over to Emmanuel Sharp, goes to shoot it, but opts against it, and it's the wrong call. Houston doesn't even get a shot off, and the Florida Gators are national champions for the 3rd time in school history. What a game it was. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you back here later tonight.
When you have a drain backup, you need help fast. From slow drains to clogged mains, we solve it all.
Maxwell White has been solving sewer, septic, and drain issues in the La Crosse Coulee region for more than 30 years. Fast, reliable, and professional. Call or book online today.
Ready to launch your career? Whether you're finishing high school or considering a career change, Chippewa Valley Technical College has the tools you need to succeed. Come join us at the CVTC Spring Open House on Tuesday, April 15th in Eau Claire and River Falls. Explore our fast, flexible programs and start working toward a higher paying career. Take a tour, engage in hands-on activities, and apply for free. Register now for a chance to win amazing prizes. cvtc.edu/spring.
It's good to know your Touchstone Energy Cooperative is always there. For generations, we've powered the growth of our community. Today, our commitment is stronger than ever to provide affordable energy you can depend on and keep you connected to what matters most, now and for generations to come. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
A great percentage of what we do at the Pump House Regional Arts Center is impacted by tourists.
The more people that we can get into the La Crosse area, the more I can provide for the people in our neighborhoods, the employees that I can help take care of, and just generally a better quality of life for us and our surrounding area.
The increased tourism means more business to us, means that we need to hire more staffing to accommodate for the fuel sales, to accommodate getting the rentals ready.
The Power of Tourism, brought to you by Explore La Crosse.
Pischke Motors has been family-owned and operated since 1920 and have you to thank for our continued success. Stop by our dealership in West Salem or La Crosse to find the Ram you're looking for. Get in a Ram 1500 Laramie or Bighorn today. We've got great deals on new Rams right now. When you find the perfect truck, you'll feel it.
Start your search at Pischke.com and then drive away in your new Ram.
Slow or clogged sink, toilet, or main drain? Maxwell White can help. Ask about our $99 mainline drain opening special. Includes a free camera inspection. Address the root problem now to avoid costly repairs or future damage. Call or book online today.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcome back. In your morning medical news, the World Health Organization is warning that Trump administration cuts could reverse decades of progress in maternal care. The WHO says these recent funding reductions are having drastic repercussions on pregnant women in multiple countries. Maternal deaths had declined 40% globally between 2000 and 2023, but the slashing of humanitarian aid earlier this year is now forcing clinics to close and vital services be eliminated. Health officials warn thousands of pregnant women and newborns are now at greater risk. Federal health officials are reviewing fluoride in drinking water. The cavity-fighting additive has been used for decades. The review will follow an August report that linked higher fluoride levels to lower IQ scores in children. Fluoride has been added to water since the 1940s. It's credited with major reductions in tooth decay. The EPA sets the official limits for fluoride under the Safe Drinking Water Act.
Now we know that there is no systemic advantage, zero systemic advantage, and that the only advantage comes from topical application.
So what EPA is going to do is go back and look at these studies that have come out since July of 2024, and we're prepared to act based on these science.
The CDC, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and the American Dental Association still support fluoride as a safe and effective way to maintain dental health. Being healthy should be a lifelong goal, but as the weather gets warmer and vacations may be looming, you may have found motivation to shed some pounds put on during the colder month. Mandy Gaither speaks with a sports medicine doctor about how to do it to get fit for summer.
You might be eyeing that swimsuit.
and the number on the scale. If you have a fitness goal to reach before summer, start now.
It's very reasonable to see weight loss in the first few weeks. However, in order to really put on muscle mass and develop muscle tone, that often develops over more of a longer time period, roughly 8 to 12 weeks.
Dr. Matthew Anastasi with Mayo Clinic says health should be a long-term goal, but if you've suddenly found motivation, set yourself up for success by eating a well-balanced diet, a combination of fruits and veggies and lean proteins, while avoiding processed foods and added sugars. Next, be physically active. 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week is recommended. And switch it up. Do cardio some days and strength and resistance training other days.
I think the biggest key is to not try to go from 0 to 60 right away. We often see a lot of soft tissue injuries the beginning part of the year because people start the year off with a New Year's resolution and they go from not being active at all and being rather sedentary to trying to run 5 miles per day.
To stay motivated, Anastasi says to build exercise into your schedule. He says getting good quality sleep is also key, allowing your body to recharge. And remember to stay hydrated. Avoiding alcohol can also help.
There can be a lot of unnecessary calories and sugar in alcohol. So when you're looking at trying to lose weight, those can be working against you.
The doctor says he is often asked the best diet for getting healthier, and he recommends the Mediterranean diet, which is plant-based with healthy fats and a moderate amount of fish, poultry, eggs, and dairy. He says that diet in particular can help a person lead an active lifestyle while eating well-balanced meals. The Milwaukee Brewers will host a special celebration for the late Bob Uecker. The Celebration of Life event is Sunday, August 24th. Bob Costas will lead it. It'll feature rare videos and special guests. Uecker died in January at 90. He was a broadcaster for the Brewers for 54 years. And Green Bay restaurants are preparing for the NFL draft later this month. Lodge Kohler ordering 20,000 brats to feed hungry football fans, and Chuck E. Cheese will sell parking spaces and pizza. Local bars and breweries are doubling their staff, and many area businesses will raise prices to cover higher operating expenses. The draft runs April 24th through the 26th. A 97-year-old Milwaukee hockey player is proving age is just a number on the ice. Gene Wagner continues to play the domestic sport while inspiring players of all ages. Mike Kirkove has his remarkable story.
We only got 4. We need one more.
For everybody that skates with us.
You be on defense, huh?
He sets a goal, a bar.
We're going to start from the blue line.
That, oh, well, we hope we're above ground at that point.
Shoot!
And can still move and do things like he's doing.
Woo!
He's, I think, very kind.
Good job, Bob.
He's also kind of tough.
Who wants it?
If he doesn't like that you took the puck from him, he might give you a little chop with his stick.
Gene Wagner, I'll be 98 in May, born in 1927, and been active all my life.
All 97 years and counting.
That's it, you got it.
Twice a week, Gene and the rest of the Bald Eagles Hockey Club take the ice and drop the puck at the Ozaki Ice Center. The Bald Eagles are a 55 and over, non-competitive,
no checking today,
non-checking pickup hockey club.
Why not?
Gene started it when he was a much younger man, 72 years old.
Ever since that time, we've had enough players show up for a hockey game. And that's what I want.
We first met Gene back in 2018 on his 91st birthday.
It's a good day, but they're letting me shoot though too.
Since then, the coronavirus pandemic, 2 mini strokes, a loss of confidence on the ice, and a new line mate.
Debbie Donovan, okay. You're over here with me, okay?
That let him through.
Debbie came along. She helped me a lot, and I'm very thankful for that. You helped me, remember? She just right alongside me, kind of held me up, and away we went.
I think he's an inspiration for the rest of us. He certainly is for me.
You got to respect him for being out there.
Bald Eagles co-president Mike Isby agrees.
The fact that he's 97 and still plays, but he doesn't just play, he's actually pretty good. You saw him out there.
But it's Gene who says he's inspired by them.
A lot of them are in their 70s. I mean, that's not easy to play hockey when you're in your 70s. So I figure if they can do it, I can do it.
And with 4 generations of his family watching ringside,
We had 3 or 4 fans.
his advice?
You're up.
Never miss a shift.
Well, I've been active, so just stay active. Don't beat yourself working all the time. Get out of the house. You know, take a walk. That should work.
John will get the cats, I think.
Very impressive. Wow. And the city of La Crosse has a new docking deal with Big River Boats. It involves American Cruise Lines and its other boats. 10-year deal will pay the city $20,000 a year. The ships are returning to La Crosse after docking in Winona for the past 3 years. If you're looking for something fun to do with your kids tonight, the Holmen Area Community Center has got you covered. The final Spring Family Fun Night runs from 5 to 7. Kids can burn off some energy at the dance party, win treats at the cakewalk, and hunt for Easter eggs. The center suggests a donation of $5 per person or $20 for a family. We'll send it over now to Art. He's got a look at our morning commute.
I want to go home and watch the movie Slapshot now. It got me fired up for some hockey. Here we go. Rolling on to folks on the roadways. A lot of folks out and about right now. Look at that. In fact, they're stacking up along the lights there, getting into 22 degrees outside. Feels like it's 15 degrees right now. That's on Alaska. We'll carry over into areas. I should go to Millston here. Let's take a peek at Millston, and we can get that in there. You can see Millston's 14 degrees. Feels like it's 10 out there. Folks are kind of moving on the road there as well, getting out and about. And of course, as we get into it today, La Crosse, we've got plenty of sunshine on the way as we go through it here. We'll pick up temperatures in the 20s, the 30s, the 40s for you. That sunshine continues as we go into portions of the evening hours. Then we're going to start to load the clouds up, get you back to mostly cloudy skies as we finish out your day going into tomorrow. And then rainfall starts to be a part of your forecast. How about this, though, where you get the kids going to school, 22 degrees out there. Chilly, yeah, of course, but 45 degrees and still chilly as we get into the afternoon. So you're going from sunny to at least mostly sunny skies with clouds on the increase later on after that. Eau Claire showing sunny skies as well. Partly cloudy skies out there for you in the forecast. And as we get into it here, we're looking at Tuesday. Yeah, 40s widespread to near 50 degrees possibly. We'll also be seeing as we get into the long range showing a little bit of rain and snow coming in as we go to 12 o'clock on Wednesday tomorrow. That carries right back down to 4 o'clock for La Crosse as well, going southward to Richland, Prairie du Chien as well. More of that coming back again as we finish out going into the 11 o'clock hour at night for Eau Claire and the Twin Cities. That's a look at your forecast. More coming back in just a moment. But first, we've got your Buzz Report in play. Madonna and Elton John have settled a 2-decade-long dispute. Yikes. Coming up, we'll have more on the new emerging friendship and a possible collab in the future.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Shop Wisconsin's best deals at Black River Furniture Outlet. Find unbeatable prices on sectionals, big or small, to fit every home. Great savings on Ashley sofas and love seats. Style and comfort at a price you'll love. Check out our wide selection of reclining and power furniture, plus custom options from Best Home Furnishings. Experience top-tier comfort with Catnapper Furniture, where relaxation is key. Black River Furniture Outlet, your upholstery headquarters. Family values, veteran-owned, and no corporate hassle. Open 7 days a week in Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
The camper. It has been a reliable companion for your family's good times. But after years of use, it is showing some wear and tear. A broken window from an errant baseball, a couch that your dog allegedly chewed on, and an AC unit that doesn't work like it should. It's time to call Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. We have been improving your family's camper since 1970. Call us today and we will make your camper feel brand new. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you feel colder drafts here, you have gaps, worn seals, or even cracks here, you need a trusted window company to replace the window and help you save money on your energy bill. At Clear Choice, we know that your home is your biggest investment, and in a year like this, every dollar needs to be spent wisely. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-step installation process on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Call now for 5 years interest-free financing. Choose Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. Call today.
I love horses.
This is good family fun entertainment.
Midwest Horse Fair is the best thing.
We're back, and better than ever, America's largest three-day horse fair is coming to Madison April 11th through the 13th.
I like seeing everything, and there's so much going on throughout the 3 days.
The Midwest Horse Fair is the mecca of all the horse people in the Midwest. There's shopping, there's food.
There's something for everyone during the Midwest Horse Fair April 11th through the 13th.
Spring is the season to refresh and redo. Macy's has looks to make you look brand new. Trendy or timeless, we've got just the thing. These are a few of our favorites for spring. Fresh sets and denim to welcome the season. We're doing florals like you've never seen them. Effortless looks for whatever life brings. These are a few of our favorites for spring.
Let Macy's help you find your favorites for spring.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
All right, well, good morning to you and happy Tuesday. Getting you your forecast here, looking at 40, some near 50-degree temperatures working in the forecast for you. Mostly sunny skies, partly cloudy skies possible as we go through your afternoon with increasing temperatures later on, and I should say increasing clouds later on getting into your forecast. As we go right through it here, I'm going to pass right through the 5 o'clock hour, get to the 7 o'clock hour, get you into at least temperatures holding on to those 20s. That will continue as we go right back into the 30s by the 10 o'clock hour. Still holding on upper 20s, you get into Ladysmith. Then we get into all the way up to the noon hour. A mix of 30s getting into your forecast as well. We're seeing 33 all the way up to about 36 degrees out there for you. And then we carry over into the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock hour for you. We'll finish out with temperatures holding on to 30s. Still holding on some 40s there with temperatures going the opposite direction after that. Clouds will be on the increase. Highs for Wednesday, we're looking at those upper 40s. We've got some low 50s mixed in there all the way down to the south as well. And we have some of those other cooler temperatures. We get a little bit to 49 degrees by Winona as well as over into Volk Field. Now, how about this though? We'll carry over to rainfall potential as we get into Wednesday. We'll take it into the noon hour with a little rainfall in the forecast. Then you see it kind of just driving right back down to the south east area, all the way down to La Crosse and farther south to Richland there, Prairie du Chien, possibly getting brushed by that too. Then we'll go right back into more coming in as we go overnight into Thursday, going closer to Friday to finish out the evening. You're seeing Friday's got some rainfall coming back again, just along the along the noon hour, on the midnight hour, and that will continue all the way into about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Then we should be done with that. Holding on to some snow potential for Thursday, or I should say Wednesday and Thursday, about an inch or so, mostly out of the region. We'll pick up some rainfall though, looking pretty decent. Trace all the way up to about a half an inch of rain possible in the forecast. Warmer air coming in as we go into Friday with that heat continuing to come in from the west coast, working all the way back up through Bismarck and getting all the way up to Winnipeg as well, warming up Canada as well. You're welcome. We'll also see Twin Cities holding on to some warmer conditions as we go right into Friday. We're looking to near seasonal average temperatures and warming up into Saturday as we get into the afternoon, holding on to temperatures around, say, in the 60s, possibly 66 degrees with 70 coming in on Sunday with those warmer temperatures on the way. So that's what's happening for your local forecast to finish out the work week. Once we get a little bit into how this all shapes up for us, we're looking at conditions to be like this. 49 degrees today, possibly 55 as you get into Wednesday with rain and maybe a mix of snow coming in overnight going into Thursday. More rain for Thursday, but it's just a 30% chance of that occurring. And that will go all the way throughout the day with hits coming in from time to time. Drier for Friday and going into your weekend, we're much drier as temperatures go from 59 on Friday to at least 66 to 70 degrees on Sunday. Upper 60s still holds on Monday with a 20% chance of rain, and that carries over into Tuesday as well. Back to you, Alexandra.
In our Morning Buzz report, two pop music legends finally ending their famous feud. Madonna and Elton John have made peace after nearly 20 years of public tension. The clash began in 2004 when John accused Madonna of lip syncing. Madonna says that criticism hurt coming from an artist she admired. Now they've reconciled and the two superstars are even collaborating on new music. Tennis legend Billie Jean King just got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, becoming the first woman to be honored with a star in the sports entertainment category. King is known for her historic tennis career that spanned from turning pro in '68 to retiring in 1990. She captured 39 Grand Slam titles. The 81-year-old, also the first woman athlete to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
I'm watching
That's Iron Maiden guitarist Adrian Smith and Richie Kotzen performing their new song, White Noise, from the newly released album, Black Light. White Noise is out now.
Good morning, folks. Have you had your breakfast yet?
The flower generation is over, but we can start all over again, right?
1 to 1, John and Yoko provides a look into the lives of the former Beatle and his wife near the outset of their lives in New York City. That releases Friday. Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Paisley is turning 8. She loves playing games, doing arts and crafts, and drawing.
And Porter is also turning 8. He loves sports, hanging out with his brother Jackson, and collecting Pokemon cards.
Hey, if you know special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com. Look for the Submit Pictures button. Stay with us. We have everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your Morning News Now is up next.
I'm Tony DeCopel. Coming up on CBS Mornings, award-winning actor Idina Menzel. She's got a Tony and more. Joins us to talk about her long-awaited return to Broadway. Also, a Grammy Award winner, Maren Morris, will be here to tell us about her new children's book. That's coming up on CBS Mornings.
Craving authentic Mexican flavors? Look no further than Señor Villa. At Señor Villa, we bring the taste of Mexico to your table every day. Join us for our unbeatable $5 lunch specials packed with flavor and value. And don't miss our nightly specials where the fiesta never ends. Señor Villa, where great food meets great value. Visit us today. Señor Villa, the taste of Mexico you've been craving.
Convenience is a big factor. We're right here in Onalaska.
We're local. You know, we've been here for a long time. We take all insurances. We service and repair many different makes and models of hearing aids. Even if you didn't get your hearing aids with us, we'd be happy to take a look at them.
If your hearing aid is still under warranty, we can do some warranty work for you there.
You know, just walk in. You know, you don't have to have an appointment. I'm happy to help if I can.
Our family is helping your family. Better Hearing Center, Onalaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
This is our home. Family and Children's Center has been supporting families in La Crosse and Winona for over 140 years. As time has gone by, we've expanded our services to include abuse prevention, mental health treatment, and so much more. Visit fcconline.org to see how our nearly 30 programs are strengthening communities throughout western Wisconsin and southeastern Minnesota. Better tomorrows start with us.
Protect your home with Tundra seamless gutters and gutter helmet from Asher Lassen Exteriors. Our highly trained technicians can install the complete water management system for your home with our exclusive custom gutters, gutter helmet, and helmet heat. Gutter helmet is filter free, so it will never clog, guaranteeing you'll never clean your gutters again. Use promo code 20 and receive up to 20% off your entire project. Plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Connect with the Asher team today and request a free, no obligation consultation at goasher.com or call us at 888-GO-ASHER.
Never settle for ordinary. Not when outstanding is within reach. From laminate and vinyl to tile and wood, Floor & Decor has more options for pros, homeowners, and anyone looking for the right look at the right price. With an entire store full of ideas in stock, your next beautiful space is at Floor & Decor.
The Brewers are coming to the Coulee region.
To left field!
Yeah, you heard that right. All summer long, you can catch the Brewers right here and for free. No pay-per-view, no subscription, just good old reliable free TV the way the baseball gods intended it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the action as News 8 now brings you 10 games throughout the summer.
On, Frelick's there, and he makes the catch.
The Brewers playing here? You're welcome. The Milwaukee Brewers on News 8 now.
Welcome back at 6:52. Time for your morning news now. One of the 3 suspects in a Northside shooting heads to court today. 19-year-old Jason Moran and 2 juveniles face attempted first-degree intentional homicide charges. Police found the victim with a gunshot wound during a March 9th fight in North La Crosse. Moran's motion hearing starts at 4. A reckless homicide charge linked to a 2023 fatal overdose has been dismissed. 44-year-old Eric Sims was accused of delivering fentanyl that killed a woman in 2023. The court citing lack of evidence to link Sims to the death. He's still facing multiple misdemeanors in a separate case. Classes will resume at Sparta High today after yesterday's bullet scare. Administrators called police when a single bullet was found in a classroom. Students and staff were held in place during the search. No other threats or weapons were found. Police continue to investigate the incident. And the Supreme Court siding with the Trump administration on the Alien Enemies Act, allowing deportations to continue. The court overturned a district judge's block on the policy. President Trump calling the decision a great day for justice on social media. In another day of turmoil on Wall Street yesterday, the Dow closing down 349 points. So is a recession on the horizon? We spoke with a finance expert.
Investors, and definitely the institutional investors, they're waiting to see what's going to happen with the tariffs. I feel if these tariffs go through, it's going to lead to potentially a global recession and the U.S. economy really suffering.
Congressman Derek Van Orden also weighing in. He praised the move, saying President Trump's strategy will protect American workers, farmers, and manufacturers from unfair treatment. Country Boom Festival proposed move is facing some competition from other interested parties. The festival wants 85 acres near Lake Neshonoc in West Salem. Ho-Chunk Nation wants the same land for housing, while the West Salem School District is eyeing it for future needs. Developers claim the festival would bring $13 million to West Salem's economy. The county board will decide at tomorrow's executive meeting. Local filmmakers are pushing for La Crosse to attract major movie productions. They're asking the Common Council to back legislation that would bring film projects to Wisconsin.
That tax incentives is all on the money that will be spent in Wisconsin. And so it's all about the incentives for the local businesses and hiring the local crews, et cetera. So it's not money that's just going to Hollywood to pay them to come here.
The council will vote on the resolution later this week. Forecasters say more flooding is on the way for communities in the South and Midwest, following days of unrelenting rain and storms, killing at least 23 people. Forecasters warn the flooding could persist for days, especially in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Alabama.
All right, our local weather, well, we have dry conditions today. In fact, it's going to be on the chilly side. We'll start to gradually warm you up as we get into Wednesday and Thursday with temperatures to be near seasonal average. And of course, we'll pick up temperatures by Friday to be drier as well, warmer. We'll get into mild conditions and carry that over into your weekend where temperatures soar up to the middle 60s and some low 70s in your forecast.
All right, well, Wisconsin Cheese putting a unique spin on Kentucky Derby fashion this year. The dairy industry has partnered with Derby milliner Christine Moore to create cheese-inspired hats called Fromaginators. The collection features designs based on 6 award-winning Wisconsin cheeses. The hats will be available starting this Friday with prices ranging from $1,500 to $3,000. Wisconsin Cheese will also have a presence at Churchill Downs with a special clubhouse for Derby attendees. And that is expensive, you know. Cheese is going to go bad pretty soon, isn't it? I guess I didn't think about that last hour.
Yeah.
Good thing I didn't place my order quite yet. But we can get our own Wisconsin cheese down at the store anytime. Put it on our own hat.
I got some in my fridge right now. Yeah.
There we go. All right. Well, thank you for starting your morning with us. We will see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your day.